the great challenges that translators have, because there's two major schools of thought. One is that you would use, okay, so for example, shine or shamata, okay? Now in Tibetan, ji means like peace or calm, ne means to abide, okay? So shamatha, like a single pointed kind of concentration, yeah? Yeah, shamatha, you guys know? Okay.
Yeah.
Then some translators say, okay, the Tibetans say shi ne, so they translate it as calm abiding. Okay? Calm abiding. But if you ask a average native English speaker off the street, oh, what's calm abiding? They'd be like, what are you talking about? Right? So some translators, okay, they want to preserve the rich etymology that's found in Tibetan, and then just preserve that in English. But others say, let's just use like existing words. And so other translators translate shine as serenity, or yeah, like meditative serenity.
Mm-hmm.
But like serenity, it reminds me of that the Seinfeld episode, Serenity Now. Anyway, forget it. But like it's like, like sitting by a lake, and like, at dawn, it's like peaceful, right?
And placid.
Yeah.
Stillness.
Yeah. So in any case, there's a little bit of a difficulty that translators have. So what I always like to do, and even you saw yesterday, rather than talk about patience, I try to define this thing, the longer definition.
Yeah.
Okay, that I'm going to be calling now patience. We're going to be using that word
Mm-hmm.
to describe it, but it actually contains all these different facets. Okay, so although you see in the text suffering of change, all pervasive compounded suffering, what I mean by suffering of suffering is what we normally think of as the pain. What I say suffering of change, what I mean is our contaminated pleasant experiences are unsatisfactory, or they can be better, right? So in that sense, they're dukkha, can be better. It's not right to call them suffering, actually. Yeah? Okay. Yeah? But now, T, you got that? Yeah?
Can be better or pathetic compensations for the real thing.
Ah. For the real thing? We're talking about eating momos. What do you mean?
So this can be better
Yeah.
or not good enough.
Yeah.
Can another way of saying it be just a pathetic compensation that we settle for? Thinking that this is the only happiness there is, so running after
Well, okay,
dreams.
now hold on.
Okay. Going off.
Because I don't want you guys then to say, next time you get hungry,
No.
no, next time you get hungry, you'll be like, oh, I have suffering of suffering, but Namjong was saying if I eat momos, I'll have another suffering. I'm not going to eat.
You know? Not just Banufi pie today. The Banufi
Yeah,
pie,
yeah,
it was fantastic.
yeah,
And I enjoyed it.
yeah.
But I don't know, okay. We can stop this line of thinking here.
Okay. So just be clear, right? When you're hungry, eat food, okay? Right? Don't go too far with this. Yeah.
Might we say it's not the source of genuine ultimate happiness?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay? Alright? Okay. So now last, all pervasive compounded dukkha. Okay. So what does this mean? This just means, okay, pervasive? Pervasive means, like the tablecloth pervades the table. Everywhere that there's the tabletop, there's cloth covering it. So what this means is everywhere in samsara, this type of unsatisfactory nature pervades. From the so-called peak of cyclic existence to the lowest hell realm. Okay? All pervasive. Now, what this is actually is because our mental and physical continuum is bound by karma and klesha, right? What is compounding is like compound interest, compound interest. That means every moment, right, we're experiencing some karmic repercussion that we've accumulated in the past, and every moment we're compounding or creating more causes for suffering effects in samsara for the future. Okay? Yeah. So what this means is until we are free from the causes of samsara, the klesha and the karma, we're going to be experiencing one kind of suffering or another. Yeah? Meaning one kind of unsatisfactory state or another. Sometimes it'll be pleasant, but it'll be contaminated happiness. And then other times it'll be unpleasant. Okay? Okay? So the real...
Happiness.
No, the real thing that we need to get... So now that we also talk about this concept of renunciation. Okay? You hear this a lot. Renunciation. And, well, this also is a little bit problematic. Because it's not that, like I was saying, the eating of the momos is suffering of change or dunyao. But it doesn't mean that we then renounce eating momos. Okay? Actually in Tibetan, what word do they use? Ngechum. Ngechum. Nge being like definite and chum being to emerge. Yeah? Yes?
Yes.
Tibetans are very shy. Okay? So what this means is, this thought is that we set as our goal. We see the faults of samsara and we say, I definitely must get out of here. I definitely have to emerge from this state of suffering. Right? So what is it that we have to renounce is samsara. Right? Not momos. Or whatever, right? Okay? So then you see, as I mentioned this morning, this quotation from Aryadeva, that for the wealthy, that unsatisfactoriness is mental, and for the poor, it's physical. Yeah? But every day the world is destroyed by these two. Okay? So here, because we're about to talk more about compassion, see, the real compassion just isn't wishing that people or animals or whoever are free from the suffering of suffering, like their disease and so forth, right? But really, we have to kind of wish and work for them to be free of their disturbing emotions, their unwholesome states of mind, and the actions that those cause them to undertake, right? Okay. All right. So, it's a little bit hot in here.
Yeah.
I'm feeling some suffering of suffering. Are these lights very hot?
Yes.
They're very bright.
Yeah.
Actually, that one is producing a lot of heat.
What's that?
That light is producing a lot of heat.
Really?
Yeah,
Which light?
We can switch off.
that one.
Why don't I?
It is
That's
his
for
design.
the, that's for the,
He's designed to put this to capture you in the brightest mood. Huh.
Okay.
He put that.
Okay.
We can put on the fan
And
on those
even
feet.
I'm feeling hot.
Maybe we can put on a fan on low.
Yeah.
We can.
Yeah? Will it be too
You can
noisy?
open the windows. Yeah.
No.
This
There's
is
nothing.
Okay.
We can't open the window.
Or I'll just tough it out. No problem. I'll do that. I still look presentable on camera. Okay. Anyway, let's meditate. I've been talking so much. Let's meditate. We're gonna do a meditation on compassion. And so actually, sorry. I do want to just say one thing before we start, okay? Now, we're here at Tushita Mahayana, Mahayana Meditation Center, right? And we talked a little bit, maybe the first day, about what Mahayana means, okay? Maha being great in the sense that it encompasses all sentient beings, okay? So our compassion needs to encompass all sentient beings for us to be a, kind of true Mahayana practitioner. So actually, the first 2 days when we were talking about healing anger, see, if we have like an enemy, right, someone that we don't develop compassion towards, then if we have one enemy that we don't have compassion towards, then that means we don't have compassion for all sentient beings, right? If we don't have compassion for all sentient beings, then we don't enter the Mahayana, okay? So something that's very important, which we dealt with kind of on the side when we were talking about anger, is to learn how to, forgive and let go of the anger we have toward people that harm us. Okay? And so we talked about some different techniques yesterday about viewing the person that has harmed us as being themselves kind of slave to their own afflictive emotions. And those were the things that then provoke them to harm us. Not that they are, intrinsically bad in and of themselves. So this thought of hate the sin, love the sinner. Okay? Okay. So why I'm bringing this up is now, this meditation on compassion, before we come to meditate on all sentient beings and may they be free from suffering, we start with just 4. Ourself, a loved one, like our mother or whoever, mother, father, yeah. Then a stranger and an enemy. Okay. So maybe you guys don't have enemies. I hope you don't. But it can be just someone that maybe irks us or pushes our buttons, annoys us, someone like this. That's good enough. Okay? So let me just explain how we're going to do this meditation and then we'll do it. We first generate compassion, meaning the wish that someone be free from suffering in relation to ourself. Okay? Right? So hopefully, unless you have some, major issues of self-worth, that should be easy to do. Just meditating, may I be free from suffering. Okay? Think about it. Here we're using the analytic meditation. We think about the various sufferings that we have experienced, that we are experiencing, that we will experience. And we think, yes, may I be free of all of that and not experience that ever again, nor have any causes to experience that again in the future. Okay? Now, when we think about that, we will get some kind of feeling, hopefully, in the heart, or it might manifest somewhere else for you, maybe in the back of the neck, I don't know. You check. Okay? And then you use that like as the baseline. Okay? Then we're going to meditate in relation to, say, our mother. We meditate that, we visualize her in the space in front of us and say, yes, may she be free from suffering. Okay? We think about it along the same lines of reasoning. We meditate. And then we try to reach the same level of intensity we had for ourselves, for our mother. Okay? Then, or a stranger, or whoever, maybe whoever took us here, or the person who served us chai, or I don't know, someone you don't have a very close feeling with, or no, just someone, like in a neutral space, yeah? Then last, the enemy, or the person that annoys us or something, right? So that can be a little bit difficult, yeah, for some. But if that is, then the thing just to keep in mind is this impermanent nature of our relationships. So usually, like for example, my football teammate, Jason, remember, who punched me when I was 18? We actually hold on and grasp to the permanence of these people, right? And then for however many years after, we think that they're just like they were, But you can use it on yourself, right? Like when I was 18, how was I? And now, maybe I'm a little bit better, right? But we're all changing, and hopefully, we weren't the same people as we were before. And even these people who have harmed us in the past, maybe they're different now, and they've kind of amended their ways, and they don't act like how they used to. Okay? So actually, if you met them today, it could be totally fine and different, But not only that, just thinking that also if we look not just in this life, but across many lives, then everyone has been our mother, our father, our other kind of person who showed us immense kindness at some point or another. So for us to then just view a very small situation that we've had in this life where they've harmed us. Oh, hi. Please. Now, let me check my memory. I want to say Mimi.
Yep. Everybody.
Amazing. I amaze myself. How are you?
I'm good.
Okay, we're about to meditate on compassion, so anyway, I'll have to calm myself down. All right. Then we think over the course of many lifetimes, everyone has been every kind of relationship with us. And therefore, for us to look at one small instance in this life where they've harmed us, then it's very, unjustified to then conclude that they are a bad person or not deserving of our love and affection and compassion. Right? Okay? All right. There are other techniques, but we'll maybe get to those later. So let's just start. Okay? Get into a comfortable meditation position. Then here I'm going to try to do a little bit middle ground on guiding it and leading it, and being quiet so you guys can meditate. So, in the space in front of you, visualize 3 people, a loved one, say your mother or someone that you can easily generate feelings of love and compassion towards. Visualize them to your right in the front of you. Then in the center, a neutral person, someone that you have, maybe know just a little bit, an acquaintance. You have neither strong feelings either for or against. And then also visualize someone who's gets on your nerves, who maybe has harmed you in the past. Okay. So now, first we're going to meditate on compassion for ourselves. So think of the definition of compassion being the wish that someone be free from suffering. And then come to think of all the various sufferings that you've experienced, that you have experienced in the past, are experiencing now, and will experience in the future. And then think, how wonderful it would be if you would be free from this suffering and its causes. And then think, may I be free from suffering and its causes. So do a little bit of analysis on each step, and then when you come to the conclusion, may I be free from suffering and its causes, hold your mind on that thought. Try to hone in on where the sensations associated with that compassion for oneself is, and also fix your mind on the sensation as well as that conclusion, may I be free from from suffering. Okay, we'll do that for just 2 minutes. Okay, now let's switch our attention to our mother or our loved one and repeat the same process, coming to the conclusion that may he or she be free from suffering and its causes. And try to meditate, try to keep in mind how intensely you felt it in relation to yourself, and then try to meditate such that you arrive at the same level of intensity in relation to your mother. Again, for 2 minutes. Next, we shift our attention to a neutral person. So then focusing on the neutral person, the person that we don't have neither strong or feelings towards or against. Meditate that they be free from suffering and its causes, and try to generate the same level of intensity as we had for our mother and ourselves. Now lastly, the person that gets on our nerves, the person that pushes our buttons, the person that may have harmed us in the past, direct our attention toward him or her and meditate that he or she be free from all suffering and its causes. And again, meditate until you get the very same level of intensity as you had for yourself. Okay, slowly bring your attention back to the room and come out of meditation. So, you guys know how that was supposed to work? You had, at least with the technique, whether or not you got results from it is another story.
But hard to do.
Hard to do. In what sense? No, in what sense was it hard to do?
To relate everything, the person is making them free from these other things.
Okay, so if we had more time, you know, and maybe in your own practice, you would just meditate on compassion for yourself day after day for a while and just get very proficient in that.
Okay.
Yeah. And then slowly add you and let's say your mother. Then when you get proficient in that, then add slowly. But here, since unfortunately I have to go back down south in a few days, I just want to give you the taste of the practice in full that then gives you enough that you can then pursue it in the comfort of your own home.